Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you are watching Remstar Says So. Hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment, and press that bell icon. Let's get straight into this. I haven't made a video in a couple of days. Sorry, guys. As I was sitting down on my lunch break today, eating my lunch, listening to Eddie Hearn chat absolute bollocks on IFL, as he usually does, I witnessed Kugan Cassius absolutely lose his ass. Eddie Hearn was chatting major BS, and Kugan Cassius started to question him about certain things like the Wilder deal. Um, Whether he thought the 50 million was real, Coogan was basically saying he believed it. Dillian White said in a previous interview that he saw proof of funds. Frank Warren had seen proof of funds. And Eddie Hearn just basically got Coogan to get back in his box. Eddie Hearn had Kugan Cassius remembering who's the boss, who flies him everywhere, who pays for his hotels, and who basically gets him all these views. That allows Kugan to live the lifestyle that he's become accustomed to. And I saw Kugan Cassius sort of cower back into his shell. You don't really see Kugan sort of questioning Eddie or sort of implying that Eddie's chatting shit. And I was loving it. But, Kugan Cassius, he basically got back in his box and done what his daddy told him to do. I don't know. I could never be one of these YouTube channels that sort of runs around chasing Eddie Hearn, chasing Frank Warren, chasing Bob Arum, because when these guys start chatting shit, I'm just going to pull them up about it. I mean, if I was ever going to do an interview with Eddie Hearn or Anthony Joshua, the first thing I'll do is make sure I've got all of those contradiction videos recorded on my phone so I can just play them. And this might be the first time you ever see me on camera. AJ saying, well, if Wilder thinks it's 50 million, send me the 50 million, I'll sign tomorrow. Well, they sent the contract and he didn't sign. Recently, Eddie Hearn saying some BS about Wilder wouldn't accept 50-50. How do you know this? Have you sent Wilder a contract for 50-50? Um, you know, Eddie Hearn talking all this BS about how they've earned the rights to take the fight in the USA and how the fight should be. I mean, how they've earned the right to take the fight in the UK and how Wilder should come over. This, that. AJ wants to do it for the fans. AJ this, AJ that. But they're going to America to fight Jarrell Big Baby Miller. It's just one lie after the other. I just don't understand Matchroom. It's like once you join this Matchroom stable, I think the first couple of weeks is just like a lion training camp. Like you just get put in a room and taught how to lie out of your ass 24/7. I don't really know what happened to Coogan today. Coogan finally manned up and then he just got sort of brought back down. If you haven't seen the video, go check it out on IFL TV. It's the one where Eddie Hearn is chatting a big load of doo doo, and Coogan sort of going along with it, and then he sort of grows a pair of balls, um, and then he sort of gets told to get back in his box, and he swiftly does. I don't know. Me personally, I just don't need the views, the subs. I guess Coogan probably makes a lot of money off of IFL. There we go. I've found the interview for you guys. I'm not going to post a link because I don't get paid for it, but it's called Eddie Hearn Raw on Joshua Miller, White Povetkin, Brazil. And he's talking about all of these supposed upcoming fights. And he keeps doing what AJ does and what he does and Dillian White. And they keep talking about Ortiz. They don't want to fight Ortiz. AJ doesn't want to fight him. Dillian White doesn't want to fight him. I think these guys actually think to themselves, if I keep mentioning Luis Ortiz's name, people will actually think, yeah, we're serious guys. My thing is that it sounds like AJ's going to get about 30 million to go to the USA to fight Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Um, to me, like, I'm no mathematician or anything, but he was offered 50 million to fight Wilder with a guaranteed rematch of 30, so that's 80 million. And he's turned that down, and he's now going to fight Jarrell Big Baby Miller for 30. Now, the only reason why you would do that is, you just think that one's an easier fight. I don't know. Like, I'm sick to death of Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn has been lying through his ass for years. He's got these matchroom fanboys, holding his ball bags, balancing them perfectly. Because one somebody might see him in the toilet and say that his left ball bag's hanging a little bit lower and push it up so it's perfectly balanced with the right. But I don't know, like what goes through the mind of you Matchroom fanboys? I mean, just looking at some of the cards they put on, like that Ted Cheeseman card, like seriously, is this what Sky is taking your money for? Like, allow it in it. Like, somebody speak to these Hearns. And then, at least Barry Hearn, like, had the sense to, like, admit that the 50 million was right. I think it's because Barry Hearn's an old man and he can't keep up the facade and the lies. He hasn't got the energy and the patience like Eddie does. And if you speak to Barry Hearn long enough, the truth comes out. I don't know. Maybe one day Eddie Hearn will come on to Remstar Says So, and I'm just gonna pull out all the lies that he's been spinning over the years and try and see how he's gonna worm his way out of it. If any of you guys know Eddie Hearn, tell him to hit me up. Thank you for watching Remstar Says So. Hit like, hit subscribe, press that bell icon. Thank you.